Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be trying out a bunch of new Revolution makeup. Their launches have just been one after another this year, so I've got a load of new things to try out. So I thought we'd do it all in a video, so I hope you'll enjoy this, and I just want to jump straight into it. Firstly, I am going to do my base makeup with normal products I'd use because I don't have a new foundation, concealer or primer from them, so I'm going to stick those on now and then we're going to jump into the new bits. So I'm just going to try to whiz through these really quickly. I'm using their jelly primer, which still is a relatively new primer from them. I really like it. I think it is super hydrating, but it's also quite tacky. Then I'm going to use the Skin Silk Under Eye Brightener with the Skin Silk foundation. I love this pair of products at the moment. The yellow undertone in the eye brightener really helps to counteract the darkness under my eyes, and then this serum foundation has such nice coverage, but it also just looks like your skin but better. I'm using the shade 8 at the moment, which is quite a good shade for me when I'm tanned, which I am. And where's my brush? Oh, it's there. I desperately need to clean some of my brushes because I'm using this one from Style Pro, which I like, but I wouldn't, like, if all my brushes were clean, I wouldn't reach for this. To be fair, I do have some clean ones in my office somewhere. I've just no clue where I've put them. Now that my base makeup is done, we can move on to trying the new bits out. And the first one is something I'm so excited to try because I've never seen a brand do this before. I've seen jelly blushes, I've seen jelly highlighters, I've seen jelly primers, but I've never once seen a jelly bronzer. So this is the Revolution Jelly Bronzer. They have 3 different shades. They've got Light Sunkissed, they've got Medium Sunset, and then they have Dark Cocoa. I think I'm going to go for medium for my skin, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to swatch light and medium. Okay, so these are the two next to each other. There's definitely a big difference, but with them being jelly blushes, jelly bronzers, I think you don't need as many shades because you can like shade them out or build them up. And you can even mix and match as well, which is good. So that's that one. It is definitely a shade product. That looks quite nice, but it does look very yellow toned. But I just don't know if it'll look different on foundation compared to the back of my hand. Okay, and that is the second one, which does look more ashy, to be honest. Oh, I don't know. I don't know now. Do you know what? I'm really not sure now. I was going to use the middle one. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to go shade medium. And if you don't like it, or it's not the right shade, we can always build it up or like change it and do light. I should probably go with light first, so then we can darken it with medium, but we're just going to go with medium and see what we think. Going straight into the skin with it there, this does feel like more of a contour, so I may be better with the shade light, because that might be a better shade. But I'm going to use my brush and start to blend it out and see what we think. Like I said, I've never seen a brand do a bronze like this before. Oh, look at that, I've got my hair in my foundation. I feel like such a mess today. Okay. Do you know what? When I applied that, I thought that wasn't going to be great because it just felt a little bit too ashy. But it just feels like a mixture between like a bronzer and a contour there. But I actually quite like that on the skin. I think it looks nice. I want to try the other shade because I do think that I might prefer that because I prefer a warmer look in my makeup. If you like prefer to contour over bronze and you like this. However, the more I look at that in the viewfinder, the more I actually really like it. I think it's kind of like structuring my face a little bit more. I keep considering going back into my contour phase and getting rid of the bronze for a while and go back to contouring, and this could convert me. So I think I prefer this shade. I think that's nicer. It's kind of got a little bit of the ashy tone for the contour, but it does have a little bit of warmth for the bronzing. Yeah, that one's definitely got more warmth in it than the other one. The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm loving it. It's definitely, for me, it's definitely like a contour and a bronzer kind of like smushed into one. Because it's got that ashy tone that really helps like structure your face, but it's also got that warmth. I really like it. So I've just had a look at the sheet that it came with. It does say top tip, glow on the go, use your finger to gently tap the jelly into the cheeks and you can build up the pigment. So you can use your finger to apply it, however, I do prefer to use a brush for these things personally. Mix and match, perfectly pairs with the jelly. It does it to make sure you put the protective cap on after so that it doesn't dry up. yeah, that's really cool. I think for £5.99 for a bronzer, can't go wrong at that at all. So affordable. I do have 2 different blushes. I don't know which one to use. I really want to try this. This is how like outdated I am with content, like so much to do. This is from their like autumn collection from Relove. This one they've had out for the longest time and I've still not tried it, so I want to give it a go. I think this is the shade that I'm going for the makeup look, but I want to try this formula, so I'm just not sure. I think what I'm going to do is go with this Fast Base blush because I feel like it's just the shade that I'm going for today's look, but I do need to try that other one at some time. So this is the Revolution Fast Base Blush. It's supposed to be a cream colour for your cheeks and for your lips, so we like a multi-use product. This in the shade Baby, and that colour is absolutely stunning. Personally, with stick products, a lot of the time I don't like applying them straight to the skin. However, I'm going to see what it's like on the back of my hand. Sometimes it just needs warming up. Ooh, okay. That, I don't know if you can see, but that is like a pure, like literally changes to a liquid. It's also a lot more pink on the skin than it looks in the product, but it looks nice. I think it'd be better if it was more rounded because as I'm doing this on my hand, it's kind of like catching on the corners of the actual product. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of like catching on the corners and the edges of the product. So maybe if it were more rounded, it'd be easy to use. But I'm going to apply it straight onto the skin and see what this is like. Do you know what? That's absolutely fine to apply straight on the skin. I don't feel like it's pulling my makeup off underneath. It feels really, really gentle. Let's just have a look in a mirror. Yeah, that's alright. I probably would use a brush just because I personally prefer to. But I like to check see if you can apply it on the skin without it just pulling your makeup off. And that's done an alright job. Yeah, I probably prefer to use a brush. I feel like you'll be able to build it up better with a brush. And when I'm dragging it across my skin, I'm trying to be gentle just in case it does pull my makeup off. So I feel like I'm better off with a brush. And it is very, very sheer. So you do need to build this up. Comparing it to some of the other blushes, it's definitely different. It's got a glow, can you see that? It's definitely got a glow there. It's nice. I'd say it's a really good summer blush. But if you're looking for real pigment, this might not be for you. But if you're a beginner in makeup and you don't want something scary, you want something that's more buildable, this would be perfect for you because this is definitely a buildable product. It's that soft sheer, you can add a few layers, build it up. I think it is really nice. If you're going for more of like a no makeup day or more of a sheer blush, a light blush, absolutely beautiful. If you want it to be a little bit more blush blindless, probably not the product for you. Quick disclaimer, I have used this product before, which is the next one, and I just don't understand it, but I thought I'd still include it in this video because it's still very, very new. I was talking to the Revolution team last night and I was like, what crazy science have you put in this product? Because this is bizarre. Like, everybody is going to want this. It is the weirdest thing, but I absolutely love it. So this is their Hydro Cool Baking Powder in the shade Translucent. It has a cooling effect and it has hyaluronic acid inside. So this is actually a 62% water formula, which is so bizarre because it's a powder product. To start off with, we're going to just look at the packaging because this is so pretty. This is stunning. It feels super summery, it's super like cool vibes. I love this. But not just for looking, like it is so much more practical. This is the original packaging, which I really like this powder, but I've said so many times I hate the packaging, like it's not practical at all. When we open it up, it's just got this lid here and literally you can already see that is like going everywhere, like it's so messy and it's just not practical at all. Like I wouldn't take this out and about with me because it's not practical, it just gets messy. However, I am loving this new packaging. So you've got this lid here which you can pour the product into, which is what I've done. I don't know if you're supposed to, but that's what I've done with it. You can pour the product into there, and instead of just having like an open hose at the top, you've got this cap that lifts up, and then you've got product inside there, which I'm so here for this. And then it also has like the hose in like the other one. So if you get too much, you can just like shimmy it down and it gets rid of that product. It's just, I love it. So you can just pour it into there, but what I'm going to do is pour it into my hand because it's just such a cool feeling. So basically, it is also such a finer product. Like the powder is so much finer than the original, which I like the original. I do love it, especially the peach one. I rave about that. But this, you've literally got it on your hand for like 5 seconds and your hand feels so cold. I've never tried a product like this. Like, none of this is sponsored, by the way. I'm just a fan of the brand. I love their products. and I don't understand this. Like, my hand literally feels cold right now. I don't get it. So I'm just taking my powder puff and tapping into this, and as soon as you start to like move this around, it literally feels so wet on the skin, and it's just the weirdest feeling ever. I'm gonna get my mirror so I can see what I'm doing. And then actually start to tap this into the skin. Like I said, it feels wet. It feels so weird. I thought it was going to ruin my makeup the first time I used it because it felt so wet. I was like, I'm literally soaking my makeup, but it just feels wet, like it isn't actually wet on the skin. It just feels like it is. And then look at how that literally blurs my under eye in that area compared that side to that side. Like, that's oily. You can see the dip in my eye compared to there. It literally blurs it. Oh, why? My neighbour has been so quiet on mine. As soon as I sit down to film, they start getting like power tools out and like start drilling things. I don't have time to do this another day though, so we're going to carry on. So I do apologise if you can hear that in the background. But yeah, the amount of difference that makes, I can't get over that. I think that's nuts. Just going to go with the other eye. Again, the cooling effect, especially with me, I've got like such puffy under eyes. That cooling effect feels really nice and also helps to depuff at the same time. Get some more, put a little bit on my chin, and I'm going to put some here just to help kind of sculpt. I feel like if you see this video, you just need to try that setting pad. Like, they need to do testers in stores because I can't get across in words how that feels on my hand. I've had to make people try it because people are like, what are you on about? Like, it's cold. Like, it literally feels cold and like it's bizarre. But I'm not gonna lie, I think the blush has completely disappeared off my skin, which is fine. It's just not as pigmented and as thick as some others. I feel like it was very, very dewy and it's just kind of disappeared. But I'm going to use one of their powder blushes instead. I love this. This is their blusher Reloaded in the shade Ballerina. Also, I love like the indents. I do think the blush is nice, it's just not really for me. I prefer more of a pigmented blush. I like a bit of colour in there. I do feel like it disappeared, so it's not really for me. But if you want something a little bit more sheer, a little bit more buildable, and you're new to makeup, you would probably love that. But for me, I'm not a fan. I love this one though. That's absolutely stunning. Look at the way that's just sitting on my skin. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to go in with the setting spray next, and this is also a cooling product like the came as a duo. So this says Super Fix Hydrocool Dewy Fixing Mist. It's got hyaluronic acid and coconut water in. I do like the original fixing mist. I think it's just called the Super Fix Fixing Mist, which I do like. However, I'm interested to try this. I know they just brought a new one out in like gold packaging. Let's just, okay, let's give this a go. Firstly, that was a continuous mist. My face does feel cold, like that was definitely a cooling mist. I like it, okay. That's really nice, I like that. I think it smells of coconut. I think. I'm actually blown away the fact that it was like a continuous mist. I didn't expect it to be. My favourite ever setting spray is the Morphe one because it's a continuous. And I didn't realise this would be, so I'm so here for that because I love a continuous mist. Like, it just gives like more of an even coverage on the skin. I really like that. It does have a cooling effect. I wouldn't say it's anywhere near as strong as the powder, but it's really nice. I do feel like it's melted nicely into my skin. Hasn't made it look oily anywhere, hasn't kind of like had big drops on the skin. Yeah, that's a win for me, I like that. I think the big test for me will be whether this actually works as a setting spray, that actually makes my makeup last longer. I'll have to try it out in a video, like a wear test video at some point. The last product we're going to use is their new LASH Mascara. So this is like a mega volume, a mega length. It's a tubing mascara, it's supposed to last literally all day long. Firstly, the packaging I love. However, I have already tried this, so I thought we could try the brown version today. I've only tried it a couple of times and I did really like it from when I tried it, but I want to try the brown version today. When we open it up, it's got a nice thin wand. It's nothing too crazy. I'm just going to go in with the first layer. I really like, do you know what? I just think I prefer the brown to the black. Let me just zoom you in a little bit. That's just from doing like one quick coat. I definitely prefer the brown one, I think. It is very brown. I've had other brown mascaras that claim to be brown and they literally just look black, whereas this definitely is a pigmented brown mascara. Yeah, I really like that. I think that looks really nice, like compared to my natural lashes, just from doing one layer. I did make a mistake when I first tried this, where I did one layer, left it, did my other eye, and then did the other layer, but I didn't leave it long enough, so it clumped really badly. But I've just learned that you need to let the layers properly dry in between, and then it's not as bad. But to be honest, you don't really need many layers of this because it is such a good mascara for it. It does help to lift, give you some volume, but for me the most important thing is length, which it definitely does. I'm just quickly putting on one of the lip oils. I have used this before, but I love it. It's so hydrating, smells amazing. This is Honey Shimmer, and it is gorgeous. Like, I live for this. I need every single flavour of these, and the packaging, super cute. So that is it. That's every product tried. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think one of my favourites was definitely that Jelly Bronzer. I think that's really cool. It just had such a nice tone to it. It was really buildable. I wasn't a massive fan of the blush, to be honest, but it is something that other people would like. Just for my style of makeup, I'm not a massive fan. I loved the powder. I think that was really, really cool. I loved the continuous, like, button. How do I word that? I love the continuous spray on this setting spray. I didn't expect it to be continuous because the original version of this isn't. It's a really nice fine mist, but it's not continuous. So that's definitely an upgrade for me. I love that. Yeah, I think overall we definitely found some good bits here. Let me know what you think in the comments. Any other products you'd like me to try, any other brands you'd like me to try, things like that. And otherwise, I'll see you all next time. Bye!